All right. Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I would love to give all the praises, all the honor, and all the glory unto the unstoppable and undeniable force, Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, for telling me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim that's been pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi Yahawah Bashim Yahawashi for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And not quite sure what the title of this lesson is going to be, but it is going to center around this new virus which has hit the streets, so to speak. Has showed up on the scene. And obviously, you see this, and it's very recent. You can see here, these are within the last couple of days and even the hour. But it's from the New York Times Post or New York Post, and it says here, scientists warn long frozen zombie virus is public health threat in mid thaw. So, and we know Esau, Edom, Esau like to say, oh, look what we discovered, look what we found, which we know it's all a bunch of BS. Esau's control of what you call the center of disease control, which Esau, Edom does his Frankenstein shit, but we know that that's a bunch of BS, but this is the Most High bringing the plagues upon the world, and truly turning things up and having it to the point where, as the scriptures say, a time of trouble such as never was, and I recently just made a lesson yesterday, concerning, the time to every purpose, man, and we're in these times, man, we're in the time where the Lord, he's going to, stretch out his hand, and bring forth, all his wonders, and this is one of his wonders. And it's going to get real crazy real quick, real soon. This is the book of Exodus 3:20, and it says, and I will stretch out my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst thereof, and after that he will let you go. And that's right, but just like how Pharaoh's heart was hardened, Esau's heart is going to be hardened, which he's the modern day Pharaoh, But the Lord, just how he smit Egypt with plagues or with all his wonders, he's going to do it yet again. Okay. Exodus 3:3. We'll start at 1. Exodus 7:1. And it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, see, I have made thee a god to Pharaoh, and Aaron thy brother shall be thy prophet. Thou shalt speak all that I command thee, and Aaron thy brother shall speak unto Pharaoh, that he send the children of Israel, which are the Israelites, out of his land. And I will harden Pharaoh's heart, and I'll multiply my signs and my wonders in the land of Egypt. Verse 4, but Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that I may lay my hand upon Egypt, and bring forth mine armies and my people, the children of Israel, out of the land of Egypt by great judgments. And that's how just like how this happened once, it's gonna happen again. Except not all the children of Israel is gonna make it out this time. The Lord, he gonna take his elect, and that's how the elect are gonna be brought out of this land, which is America, but we also know which is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. He's gonna bring his children, his elect, his friends, out of this place known as Babylon the Great, which is America, by the great judgment on which he's gonna bring forth. And another thing, this topic, this topic here, brought me, because it's the spirit too, because what was it? I want to say maybe I think it was this weekend or last weekend, like Saturday. I think, after going out to the highways and hedges and, doing my thing, doing what I'm supposed to do, doing as instructed, as all of us brothers do. I was like, for some reason, I'm looking at my movies and I'm like, I kind of want to watch something, that centers around the times in which we're going to come into, which is the time of trouble. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, we could watch The Purge. You know, I got the Purge movies. You know, I got I Am Legend, which this is like an I Am Legend type thing right here. You know, I got I Am Legend, I got the Book of Eli, I got, you know, got all these movies. But then there's this one movie before this even came out, and I watched this movie before this, before all this stuff, before the quote unquote zombie virus, the ancient zombie virus. Before this, I watched this movie called, and I very highly recommend that you brothers, watch it, because it's truly pretty accurate of what times that we're gonna come into. Now, just to see where brothers lie, just gonna go here, right? What is it? What is the movie called? It's right at the tip of my tongue too. Damn. Oh, Neighbors. Alright, number saying. Or is it called Neighbors? Let's see. No, it's not. Oh, no, I'm sorry. What am I? I'm crazy. It's called The Crazies, literally. Which this is a movie, and oh wow, it's actually online, which that's probably a bunch of cut scenes and whatever. But this movie right here, the movie called, I don't know why I thought Neighbors, because before, I didn't understand why, because before I came, to bring forth this lesson, I looked it up, and it says Fear Thy Neighbor. But this right here, man, this is a very good movie. Highly recommend that you brothers watch it. You can buy it or rent it. I'm sure you could rent it for high definition for $3.99. You get 48 hours to watch it. It's an hour and 40-minute long movie. Definitely definitely worth it. But a good example of what times we're gonna be coming into, man. Which through the Spirit, I am going to actually look up this movie. And I already did my research, but we're just gonna go into it a little bit further, just so that you brothers could get a brief summary on, what this movie's about. I'd rather read what they got down, and instead of me trying to explain it myself. So, but we're just gonna get straight to the point. This is the Crazies plot. Now, this movie is the Crazies. So I'll just read it here. It says the Crazies is a science fiction horror film directed by Rick Inzar. It is a remake of the 1973 film in the same name. The film stars, these actors here, which they play predominant roles. And it says the film is very popular among fans of science fiction horror films. Here's an explanation about what the ending of the film meant, which the ending is how, well, I won't spoil it, but I'll just give I'll throw it out there. The ending of this movie is going to be the same ending as the ending of America, which, you brothers know, But it says here, the Crazies plot. Now it says here, the plot of the film shows how a small town in Iowa gets infected by a potentially dangerous or deadly disease that instills in people tendencies to make them violent. And it says it so happened that the military aircraft drowns the town's river and contaminates the water supply, which this military aircraft was carrying a biological weapon, which is the Trixie virus, which I remember that in the movie, it is a virus that is able, if I remember correctly, it is a virus that is, supposed to keep a population under control, in terms of, you know, genocide, at random, you know, that's from Thanos, but they accidentally, the plane crash and it had that virus in there, and then when you read on, it says it contaminates the water supply, which people that drink from the tap, shower, wash their car, wash their dog, whatever the case may be, and it says which causes strange behavior in people, and that's right, and that's what it did. And these niggas in this movie were going crazy, man, and this is happening in a small town. Imagine the great cities in which are here in Babylon throughout the world, man. It's gonna be like World War Z 2. You brothers have watched that movie before. Crazy. Them zombies is running, break dancing up the walls, But it says here verse the book of the Crazies, chapter 1. Now I'm just playing, but it says as people start turning violent, the government decides to eradicate the disease by killing all the people in the affected town. That way the disease would not spread further. And then, because if it did, it would lead to what? A global pandemic. Which this is what we hope that this happens, us brothers were ready to see, this time of trouble come upon you people, man. But it says, as the people start turning violent, the government decides to eradicate the disease by killing all the people in the infected town. That way the disease would not spread further, and the government would not be able to ensure that the people from the infected town were able to run away. Therefore, they nuke the infected town. And right there, brothers, this should catch your attention just to, watch this movie. I would highly recommend it. It's a great movie, and it gives you a good outlook on what is to come, and that is time of trouble. A time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation. Going back here to the book of Daniel 12:1, and at that time Michael, who's Michael? Is this talking about Michael Jackson? No, it's talking about the archangel Michael, which is an angel of war, all right, who was like the Most High, or godlike. Okay, that's hence his name, Ma'ak'Allah. And it says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. You see, so there's going to be a time of trouble such as never was. The time that is going to come is going to be so bad, so there's going to be great evil on the earth, to where you can pile up everything that has ever happened, every catastrophe, every slaughter, every war, every anything that you could think of that would be bad. You can just put them all in one big picture, and it's not even going to compare of what we are about to witness in the near future, in the time to come. And when I say near future, I'm talking about in this lifetime, man. YAHAWASHI said, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled. All right, told that this, he said that in the book of Matthew, the 24th chapter. And that's the time we're coming into, man. Time of never since, never was, and never will be again, man, because this is going to be the Lord's, ultimate wrath being unleashed, man. He going to really give all his wonders, show all his wonders, everything. He going to bring what you people think is not real or not probable, or not possible, it's going to be probable. It's going to happen. Okay? And you won't see it. And it says, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, and YAHAWAH we be found in that book, that we be found in this book, that our names are written therein. And this, not saying that, I was gonna say, and this is why we need to watch, which obviously us brothers do watch, but we gotta really be and everything, and we gotta be really on top of things, because this is getting closer and closer to that time, and we want to, watch, we want to what is that? Luke 21 and 36. We want to do this. And this is what YAHAWASHI said. And, whenever I see things that are written in red, I always think to myself, the Lord, he's speaking right to me. I take it real serious, as well as all the scriptures, But, I always like to put in my mind, this is YAHAWASHI speaking, or the right to me, using my imagination, But yet, this is the book of Luke 21 and 36. And it says, watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. So we have to watch and pray, brothers, so that we may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that are going to come. The sword, the famine, the death, the destruction, the plagues, the trouble to come, and to stand before the Son of Man, who is the Son of Man, YAHAWASHI, But we want to watch, we want to pray, And that's what we do, because we're not the children of the night, we're children of the day. That's why Paul, he said here, 1 Thessalonians 5:1, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And this kind of things right here is what's going to hit you people like a thief in the night, man. This is going to hit you people like a thief in the night. But not for us, because we're watching, we're being diligent, we're measuring out the times diligently in itself. Verse 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. And that's right, and you will not be able to escape these things, not a one. You're going to be filled with your own devices, as the scriptures say. What does it say? Well, man, a precept just came to my mind where it says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, but the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. I believe it's Proverbs, the first chapter, I want to say. Yep. Proverbs 1 and 23. And it says, turn ye out my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And you people are being continuously warned day by day, every day, literally every day, by the servants of YAHAWASHI, because the Lord, he's pouring the spirit out unto you. He's making known his words unto you through his men, whether you believe it or not. So you're being warned. And it says, because I have called, verse 24, because I have called and you refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, but ye have sat and know all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear cometh. And that's right, and you people's fear is going to come, man. And it says, when your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. And that's right. You're going to try to call upon the Lord. You're going to try to remember the names. You're going to try to seek us in these times, but you won't be able to find us, man. You're going to have to lay in the bed in which you have made for yourself. Verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. And those of you that don't fear the Lord, you will not have any mercy be bestowed upon you, because those that fear the Lord, that's who his mercy is going to be upon. This is the book of Luke 1, verse 50. And his mercy is on them that fear him from generation to generation. And that's right. So them that fear him, which a lot of you people do just by your deeds alone, shows that you do not fear the Lord. Therefore, no mercy will be bestowed upon you. Proverbs, coming back here, Proverbs 1 and 29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way, and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil. And that's why, because that's what's coming. And that's why we encourage those to, when you listen to us, to really hearken, to really truly listen, because we have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Okay, And that's why we need to listen more than when we speak. Okay? So that we may be able to dwell safely and to be quiet from the fear of evil. Because that's what's coming. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel. Alright, the book of Ezekiel. Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So the Lord, he's going to pay you back for everything that you've done, for all your abominations. He's going to send his anger upon you. The end has come upon you, all right? And it says, and mine eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, no mercy. And it says, and I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thy abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. And it says, thus saith the Lord YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI, in evil, and only evil, behold, is come. So only evil, which is bad. And the end, it says, an end to come. An end is come. The end is come. It watcheth for thee. Behold, it is come. The morning is come upon thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I surely pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And that's what's going to happen. That's the time we're in. Lord, this is just this right here. This is just the beginning. This the movie The Crazies is going to be for real. And it says here, verse 9, and my eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. So you don't know the Lord, he the one that hits your ass, and he ain't gonna let up. He gonna keep on punching, like what's that, man, what is it, when Mike Tyson, he fought Marvis Frazier. You brothers could look it up. It's one of his shortest fights that he's had. And Marvis Frazier was just talking that talk, trying to meet the same energy as Mike, trying to not be intimidated and try not to act scared, even though he was, Marvis Frazier, he got in that ring with Tyson, and this is when Tyson was just storming through the gates. He was really just punching niggas' heads off, just annihilating them. He was being a destroyer. He was destructive. He was accurate. He was, that was his best. That was his peak. And he fought Marvis Frazier, and whenever I watch that scene or that clip, that's like the closest that you could get to a homicide in a fight, because the way he punched him, the uppercut that he hits him with a right uppercut, I think a left hook, and in the right uppercut hit him, and he was completely unconscious, before he even hit the canvas. And the way he punched him, and the way he just destroyed him and didn't let up, that's how the Lord, he gonna get you guys, man. He's just gonna whop, whop, whop. He's gonna just hit you with everything he got. He said he will I will show all my wonders. I will send all my wonders. And he ain't gonna let up. When you desire for him to be gracious unto you, he will have no mercy upon you. And I'm gonna go ahead and end it here through the Spirit. This is the book of 2nd Ezra 1:25, and it says, "Seeing ye have forsaken me, I also will forsake you. I will forsake you also." And that's what's gonna happen, And it says, "And when ye desire me to be gracious unto you, I shall have no mercy upon you." See that? So you will have no mercy be bestowed upon you. The Lord, He gonna get you, man. You know, this is the times we're coming into. All right. So, with that, brothers, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here through the Spirit. Pray and hope that this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. As always, I want to give all the praises, all the honor, all the glory unto the unstoppable and undeniable force, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and unto the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, who taught me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim that's been pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And it's on to the next one. Shalom.